The musical interval is a fundamental and essential concept to understand right off the bat, which we'll be looking into today, which, as you will be seeing, will not only allow you to be able to remember all the major and minor scales with all their tones, which means all their notes, the sharps and the flats, which they might include, but also this important concept of interval, musical interval, will be extremely important and effective for your general musical knowledge, and it will allow you to understand a lot of things about music and in general harmony and theory from a general point of view. But mostly it will be important during the study of harmony and to study chords and how they're built in an effective way. Let's start by giving a definition of musical interval. To define this concept, we have to start by discussing one of the properties of sound. As you surely already know, one of the properties of sound is pitch, P-I-T-C-H. Every tone, every musical note has its own pitch. For example, the C will have one pitch. This G will have a different pitch. On this keyboard, if we play the notes, if we go to play the notes progressively from left to right in this way, what's actually happening? We are playing some tones, some notes that are progressively growing in pitch, moving from left to right on the keyboard. The pitch of the tones, we could say it grows. Vice versa, if I play these notes moving from right to left as I'm doing right now, the pitch of the tones will gradually get lower, low, lower, go low, from right to left, lower. Okay, so this is the concept tied to the pitch of the sound of the notes. As I said earlier, if we take two notes, these two notes, two different notes, of course, not the same identical notes, will have a different pitch. Because pitch is one of the, as we have already said, is one of the properties of sound, inherent to sound, the characteristics of sounds. So it applies to musical notes too. So if we take this E, which I just played, this note, it will have a determinate pitch that will be different from the pitch of this other sound, which is the C. In this case, the E note, this one, has a reduced pitch, meaning it is lower in pitch, while this C has a superior pitch, which means it's higher in pitch. So, as you most surely already noticed, there is a difference in pitch between these two tones, but there is also a difference in pitch between all non-identical tones on the keyboard. So how do we define the difference in pitch between two tones? The difference in pitch between two tones is called an interval, which means that the interval, which is an important concept which we have already introduced earlier in this lesson, is the difference in pitch between two tones. We can also define this in another way. We can define it as the distance between two tones. So let me ask you, what is the distance between E and C in this case? This distance is defined as the interval. So from now on, we won't be using the term distance anymore. We won't be saying this is the distance between this C and this, for example, F sharp. We will be using the phrase interval between this C and this F sharp.